Okay. Good morning, students. In last lecture, we have seen the different types of the noises. Among that, we have started. First, we have seen the thermal noise. Thermal noise. Second type we have seen, that is a short noise. And the third type of the noise in digital communication, we have seen a white noise or the white Gaussian noise. Now, among these three, with respect to the filter, what will be the filter, effect of the filter on the noise? On that, with respect to the thermal noise, what will be the effect of linear filtering on the noise? Okay, when we connect a filter, that is nothing but the effect of the linear filtering, on the noise. Now, see the frequency range for the thermal noise. This thermal noise has a uniform power spectral density up to the frequency of the order of 10 to the power 30 hertz. Okay, uniform power spectral density for this thermal noise, it is up to 10 to the power 30 hertz. In this frequency range, the thermal noise having the uniform power spectral density. That is regarding the thermal noise. Now, what about the short noise? This short noise also has a wide frequency range. Other noise sources also have very wide spectral ranges. This is also very wide frequency range. Okay, wide frequency range. For example, we have considered the frequency range for this thermal noise. It is up to the 10 to the power 13 hertz. The power spectral density, it is uniform for this range. Then for the short noise, we are having a wide frequency range. Also that is having the uniform power spectral density. Okay, this is also having the uniform power spectral density. Now, what about the white noise? This white noise has a uniform power spectral density over the entire frequency range of the interest. Okay, white noise having the wide frequency range. Wide frequency range. Among that, what about the power spectral density? Power spectral density, which is having the uniform for the what type, how much you are having a frequency range for that. That means the interested frequency range. Whatever the frequency range you require or wherever you are having an interest, for that we are having a power spectral density. It is of the uniform. Okay, that is the these are the effects of linear filtering on the different types of the noise, thermal noise, short noise, and the white Gaussian noise. This short noise, it is having the wide frequency range. Thermal noise, also called as the Johnson noise, and this white noise, also called as the Gaussian noise. Okay, that is regarding the effects of linear filtering on the noise. Now, go towards the what is actually where to connect a filter. Okay, where we can connect a filter in the communication block diagram. Okay. Now you must know where our noise is added in the circuit. Okay. For example, we are having this block diagram as this is the information source, then sender, then channel. It is called as the media, then receiver. Okay. Here we are having whatever the actual data is required, that is nothing but an information source. Through an information source, whatever the data we want transfer to the sender, it will send the data towards the channel. It is called as the medium, and through a channel we can send towards the receiver. Okay. Now where this is the block diagram for the communication channel or the communication system. For this, we are having where noise can be added. When data is transferred towards the sender, at that time, this channel in between the channel or in between the communication medium, there is a addition of the noise. At this stage only noise can be added. Okay. Now that signal original data plus noise is added in that, and that is sent towards the receiver. Now at the side of the receiver, at which stage we can minimize the noise, we can filter the noise. And for this we are having before the demodulator. Okay. When we transfer the data, there is a demodulation process is there. Demodulator is there, and after that there is a receiver. For this, before a demodulator stage, we can add the filter. Okay. At this stage, we can add the filter before the demodulator. That is the actual place of the filter where to connect a filter in the communication system. At that, when there is a noise is added in the channel, that means whatever the data coming towards the receiver, towards the demodulator, it is a basically original information plus added information. That is nothing but a which added information? Noise. So before the demodulation process, we have to filter out the noise. Then that original signal or the filtered noise is given to the demodulator. After the demodulation process, that is given to the different types of the amplifiers and the amplified data. It is given to the receiver. That's why filters are connected in order to reduce the noise power. So generally these filters are narrowband filters which are designed to pass a specific range of frequency. That's why whatever these filters are nothing but a narrowband filters are there. Narrowband filters. What is the function of narrowband filter? Yes, Maya. Function of narrowband filter. What is the function of narrowband filter? Which can pass only the band of frequency. Okay, that means selected frequency range of the band. Selected frequency is only passed through a filter. That is called as the narrowband filter. Yes, Maya, understood? Selected frequency is added in the narrowband filter. Now, in order to minimize the noise power at the input of the demodulator of a receiver, we introduce a filter. So now we can see the actual where we want to place a filter in the communication system. Okay. We are having first we are having a signal S of t. Signal S of t. Then the noise represented by the N of t, and that is added noise with the signal which is given to the filter H of F, and that output of the filter which is given to the demodulator. Okay. Now this filter is connected before a demodulator to reduce the noise power. Okay. That means the signal S of t, which is we want to transfer towards the destination. At that first stage, we are having a noise, added noise of the signal in the S of t. That is nothing but whatever the signal coming towards the filter H of F, it is nothing but a S of t plus N of t. That is nothing but a signal S of t, actual data plus the additional noise added in the channel, that N of t. And this S of t plus N of t, which is given to the input of the filter H of F. Now this filter, it is nothing but a narrowband filter. Only the selected band of frequency which is having the frequency of the original signal S of t only passes through a filter, and the additional frequency unwanted signal, that is n of t, it is reduced, minimized in some percentage, and the original signal which is given to the demodulator. Okay, that is our question was that where we can connect a filter to reduce the noise power. That is, we can collect the filter before the demodulator stage to reduce the filter, because when we uh, at the side of the demodulator, after the demodulation, if we add the filter, at that time whatever the signals, noise signals as well as the original signal, they also demodulated and passed towards the amplification. At the amplifier stage, whatever the signals of the noise are in the small range, they can be amplified by. That's why our requirement is that to minimize the signal, to remove the noise signal before the demodulation stage. Okay, that is there to connect a filter. Rutuja, are you there?
Yes, madam.
Okay, that is regarding the noise. Now, after that, we will see a different types of the filter. We are having a different types of the filter as RC low pass filter, ideal low pass filter, and the ideal band pass filter. Okay, we will start with the types of the noises. Types of the noise. Types of filter. In that, first RC low pass filter, then second ideal low pass filter, and the third type, that is band pass filter, ideal band pass filter. This is also ideal. To minimize the noise power, we can connect this filter as per the requirement. As first type, it is a RC low pass filter. Yes, Maya, what is a RC low pass filter? RC stands for Maya and Rutuja. Reply me in chat box. What is RC? Yes, what is RC? It is nothing but a resistor and capacitor. It is RC, the components which used in the filter as resistor and the capacitor in the series. Okay, RC low pass filter, then ideal low pass filter and the ideal band pass filter. Now we will start. First, we will see the RC low pass filter. This is a symbol of the resistor R and C capacitor. We are having here signal S of t, R, C, and the output as input and the output. Then 0 of t, it is denoted as a input, and this is nothing but the output. Okay, that is a resistor capacitor low pass filter. That means, what is the meaning of low pass filter? Which only passes the low frequency band. Low frequency or the selected frequency band only passes. Okay, for that we are having one transfer function for this RC low pass filter is H of F. H of F means is nothing but the output of the filter and the frequency this is the frequency minus Fc plus F0 and here we are having a value of 0.707 and the frequency output of the frequency H of F. Aisha, are you there? And hence we are having a frequency for the selective frequency for the filter output it is nothing but a 1 upon 1 plus J F by Fc. Okay, this is the output for the low pass filter. Okay, now up to this we have seen the different types of the noises, the short noise, thermal noise and the white noise. White noise also known as the Gaussian noise, short noise and the thermal noise also called as this Johnson noise. Okay, after that we have seen where we can add the filter in the communication system. In a communication system we can add a filter before the demodulation process, before the demodulation stage. Now with respect to the thermal noise, we are having a power spectral density. It is uniform for the frequency range of the 10 to the power 30 hertz. Next, with respect to the short noise, we are having a power spectral density. It is a uniform for the wide frequency range. And lastly, for the white Gaussian noise, we are having a selected or the interested frequency range. For this selected frequency range, we are having also uniform power spectral density. That's why we can add the filter before the demodulator stage. For this, we are having a different types of the filters to add the filter to minimize or reduce the noise. That's why first type of the filter is a RC low pass filter. This RC low pass filter it is nothing but a which contains the component as resistor R and the capacitor C. When we are having the input signal that is a S of t and the output SO of t. For that we can only pass the low frequency band which is nothing but the output of the for this low pass filter, the transfer function for this we can represent like this. As on the x-axis we are having a frequency band, and the output of the filter it is noted on the y-axis, which is nothing but a h of f, represented by the h of f. This frequency band for this slope we are having a interested frequency band only. As its name indicates, it is a low pass filter. That's why it can only pass the low frequency band, low frequency range. For that, we are having a frequency band of from 0 to Fc and 0 to minus Fc. This only we can pass the through a filter. That's why the transfer function for this low pass filter we are having 1 upon 1 plus j f by Fc. Okay. Up to this, we have seen the different frequency bands, different types of the filters. In next lecture, we will see the next type of the filter as ideal low pass filter and the ideal band pass filter. Okay? Yes, understood? Sheikh Aisha, Rutuja, and Maya. Okay. So today we will stop here.